Good morning. In morning, today we have discussed about the surface tension, in which it was mentioned it is the property of a liquid in which liquid tries to occupy minimum area. And the molecular theory was explained. So you know the molecular theory, if we make a sphere of radius 10 to the power minus 9 meter, so this will be one sphere, and in a container अगर आप कोई बॉटल लेते हो तो उसमें molecules are there. So that molecules of radius 10 to the power minus 9 meter will be inside and it will be attracted by all other molecules. So the net force on this molecule will be zero. So that is only the property, or that is only the basic thing or basic definition of surface tension, in which free surface of water try to occupy minimum area and behave like a stretch membrane. This we have already discussed. Apart from that, we have also discussed that if we take one molecule from the bottom to the surface, so we have to do some work, because the molecule which is at the surface, if you take z equal to 0 here, so till this point the molecules are there. Above that the molecules are not there. यहाँ पे molecule नहीं है. So when a molecule which is here, it is brought to the surface, then the number of molecule will increase here, and that means the surface energy will increase. So surface energy per unit area, actually the potential energy is here. So potential energy, but here the negative potential energy, and here we are taking the molecule. Definitely this molecule have more energy. So when we bring the molecule here, so we have to do some work, and that work stored in the form of potential energy, and potential energy per unit area, it is called surface energy. That is surface energy. Now the surface energy you can represent with S, and surface energy is totally related with the surface tension. How this surface energy is related with surface tension, let us see. And to understand that, make one film here. This is the soap film. If you make a film here in which a bar is there, and that bar is sliding here, the bar is here, and here we have this length is L, and the soap film is formed. This is soap film. So when soap film is formed, so now the force of attraction will be here, and that is called, the force will be inward, and in equilibrium the force will act in outside also. But if we apply force here, and if we displace this portion, this bar, to a very small distance d, this side, by applying external force, so the work done will be force into displacement. But this work done will be stored in the form of energy. This is L. So how much area is increased? This is the increase in area. This is the increase in area. As we know, what is S? S is the surface energy per unit area. Surface energy per unit area. Now when we are displacing this bar from AB to A dash B dash, so this much area is increased. First of all, what is the increase in area? Increase in area will be L into D, because this is L and this is D. Since it has two surfaces, so it will be 2LD. So S is the energy of unit area. So what will be the energy of this area? So energy of 2LD area will be 2LD into S. This is equation 1. This is equation 2. So equate this from the conservation of energy from 1 and 2. F into D, it is equal to 2L ds. dd cut. So F upon 2L, this is the surface energy or surface tension. Similarly, we can take one more example to increase the bubble or drop, the excess pressure inside a bubble or excess pressure inside a drop. What is the excess pressure? And due to that, the bubbles and drops which are in spherical in shape, so they are there. So what is the excess pressure inside a bubble, that we will see now. The excess pressure, and due to that excess pressure, the bubble is bubble burst. Otherwise, if the excess pressure is not there, normally the bubble blast. Why it blast? Because of the excess pressure. Our vein also burst, but when vein burst, when the internal pressure is more. So at high altitude, the pressure, atmospheric pressure decreases, and the vein, the blood which carries the blood, it bursts because of the internal pressure is more. Here in this case, the excess pressure inside a drop. So what is the excess pressure inside a drop? Let us consider one drop having radius r and surface energy per unit area. Surface energy per unit area is S. So the area of sphere, area of drop, it is 4 pi r square. Hence the energy, this is the area. Now energy of unit area is S. So what is the energy of this much area? So energy of 4 pi r square area, it will be 4 pi r square into S. And if we apply force here, and the drop, the size of the drop is increased from r to delta r, so this will be the new drop. So area will increase by applying force. We are applying here work, force. So when we apply force, the work done will be force into displacement. What is displacement here? The displacement is delta r. Because when we apply force, like that example of bar, when so what will be the final area then? Final area will be 4 pi r plus delta r whole square. So it will be, and energy will be 4 pi r plus delta r the whole square into S. So net energy will be what? Final energy minus initial energy. So net energy, it will be 4 pi r plus delta r whole square into S minus 4 pi r square into S. If you solve, you will get 8 pi r delta r into S. This is the energy due to increase in area, and this must be equal to work done, because from conservation of energy, work done will be converted into energy. So from 1 and 2, F into 2R, F into delta R, see, it is equal to 8 pi R delta RS. You can do this calculation, R square plus delta R square, A square plus B square minus 2AB, and delta R square neglect. This is there in PDF, and you can do that also. Otherwise, I will do here. क्या करना है इसको 4 pi r square. So you can do this. This is okay. Now this pressure for work done is equal to, from this equation, F into delta R, 8 pi r delta RS. What is force? Here inside the bubble or inside the drop, internal pressure is Pi, external pressure is P0. So from this equation, this is equation number 3, we can write F into A, P into A, delta R. It is equal to 8 pi R delta R into S. But what is P? P is the axis pressure. So this P we can write here, Pi minus PO, Pi minus PO into A. This A will be 4 pi R square into delta R. It is equal to 8 pi R delta R into S. So that we can multiply. See, Pi minus P0, 4 pi R square delta R. So if we cut here, this delta R will cut, 1 R will cut, 1 pi will cut, 4 into 2 will cut. So here only 2s, Pi minus PO into this 1 R will remain here. It is 2s. Or Pi minus PO, this is equal to 2s by R. And this will be the axis pressure inside a drop. And if we, in spite of drop, if we take bubble, so inside a bubble, the pressure will be, inside a bubble, it will be Pi minus PO, it is equal to 4s by R. Because the bubble have two surfaces, one inside and one outside. So two surfaces in bubble. So these are the two examples in which we can understand the surface tension. Surface tension is the property of liquid in which free surface tries to behave like a stretched membrane and try to occupy minimum area. Now surface tension, now we will define the angle of contact. What is angle of contact and how it is related with the capillary rise. So angle of contact is nothing but it is the angle made by a tangent. See, angle of contact is what? Angle of contact. Angle of contact. So it is the angle whenever any liquid comes in contact with the plane surface or metal surface or glass surface, then it forms the curved surface. See, sometimes when you take, this is one tube and it is dipped in water, so the surface will be like this. In water though you will get, this is called the meniscus. And in spite of water, if we have tube and if you have mercury here, so in mercury the surface will be convex. The surface will be convex because of the two types of forces. These two types of forces. There are two types of forces. One is called cohesive force and one is called adhesive force. So the theory of cohesive force is what and adhesive force is what. And then we can discuss the size of meniscus, why or shape of the meniscus. Meniscus. This is concave meniscus and this is convex meniscus in case of mercury. There are two types of force in a liquid. One is called cohesive force and one is called adhesive force. Cohesive force acts between the same molecule, whereas the adhesive force acts between the different molecules. Like I am writing on the board, so there will be a cohesive force between the ink molecule, there will be a cohesive force on board molecule, but there will be an adhesive force between ink and board. When we take two different, the force between water and water, same molecule H2O, comma H2O. So water molecule. When we say the molecules are same, the force between the same molecules, it is called cohesive force. And mercury molecule, it is cohesive force. And if the glass test tube is here, so it is glass, that is also the cohesive force. But when we take one force between glass molecule and water molecule, and glass molecule and mercury molecule, then it is called adhesive force. And the very simple example, that water stick with the glass, whereas mercury does not. And for that we have very simple reason that why mercury does not stick with the glass, because of the adhesive forces. The adhesive forces are smaller in case of smaller than mercury cohesive force between the mercury molecule. Therefore, the mercury does not stick with the glass surface. In case of water stick with the glass because the adhesive force, the magnitude of adhesive force is more than the cohesive force between the water molecule or glass molecule. So this is the basic thing for the forces. Now, what is angle of contact? When we say the angle of contact, take one drop. If we take one drop, or this example also we can take. Suppose if we have one container, and in that container if we have one test tube which is open from both the ends, and water is filled here, so there will be a water rise. That reason we will discuss, and the meniscus will be concave. So if we draw one tangent here, the tangent at the surface, what is angle of contact? The angle between the tangent to the liquid surface at the point of contact and solid surface inside the liquid. This is point of contact. So if we draw one tangent here, and this is the solid surface, so this angle is called the angle of contact. And in this case, water case, it is acute angle, or theta is less than 90 degree. Whereas in case of the mercury, because in case of the mercury the surface is like this, and if we draw a tangent here, so this tangent will make the angle with the rod dipped inside the water. So this is, you cannot make this angle. This will be the angle of contact, and definitely in this case this angle is greater than 90 degree, so it is obtuse angle. So we have, in case of the mercury, when the surface is this like this, so it will be obtuse angle, and when it is water case, it is acute angle. Angle of contact, it is the angle made by a tangent at the point of contact. Listen carefully. What is angle of contact? Angle of contact, it is the angle made by a tangent at the point of contact of solid and liquid surface with the rod, with the solid dipped in liquid. Here also, the angle of contact, it is the angle between a tangent at the point of contact of liquid surface and rod dipped in the liquid surface. So this angle is angle of contact. And due to that, sometimes the angle of contact is less than 90 degree. In case of the water, it is less than 90 degree. In case of mercury, it is more than 90 degree. This is angle of contact which is more than 90 degree, and in case of water it is less than. For very pure water, the theta, the angle of contact is very, very small, or it is 0. Okay. Now this will help us to understand the concept of capillary rise, and for that we will see here also. Now two things. Angle of contact we know now. It is the angle between the tangent and the rod dip. And this surface, you see, this surface is actually, it is a part of it is a part of that big surface, spherical drop or bubble. Huh? So definitely there will be a pressure difference here and here. What will be the pressure difference? And because of that pressure difference, here the pressure will be more, and because of that pressure difference the water rises, and that rises in water, it is called the capillary rise. And this rises takes place even though the gravity are there, but the gravity does not play any role in rise of water. Let us see what actually the capillary means. Capillary rise. Write one heading, that capillary rise. अब कैपिलरी राइज क्या होता है इसको देखना है. ओके, एंड कैपिलरी राइज वर्ड इज केम फ्रॉम द लैटिन वर्ड. उसमें मतलब होता है, कैपिला का मतलब होता है हेयर. एंड if we take one tube which is very thin like hair, ट्यूब कितनी होनी चाहिए? बहुत ज्यादा थिन होनी चाहिए. ट्यूब must be very very thin, and this is one tube almost equal to its thickness is such that it is very thin, and this I made this much too much concave. Later on, okay, it is concave. Now there are two things. The water rises here. So why the water rises till h height? This is one of the consequences of the pressure difference across the curved surface. Here we have liquid and air interface, and the water rises in a narrow tube in spite of the gravity. If the tube is very thin, the rise would be very large. Now let us consider a tube, capillary tube of radius of, अब कैपिलरी ट्यूब का रेडियस मान लेते हैं, कितना पानी चढ़ेगा. कैपिलरी ट्यूब की रेडियस सपोज r. So if we consider a capillary tube of radius r, so how much water will raise in this? The angle of contact, definitely the angle of contact will be here, and this angle of contact will be acute angle. So this is what we have, the surface here, and now this is the hexagonal diagram. Here we have the surface tension S, and this angle here also we have surface tension. Surface tension and surface tension here. So the radius is r. So if we make complete circumference, it will be like this, in which the t, this is the complete sphere. This s will have two components. One will be s cos theta, it will be in this direction, and in this direction it will be s sin theta. So इसका जो s sin theta रहेगा, इसका भी s sin theta को कट कर देगा. अब ये जो एरो है s cos theta, it is acting in this side, s cos theta. So what we can say that s cos theta is like this, sin theta is step रहेगी. Now s cos theta will act like this. If we take this complete circumference of radius r, so according to the definition of surface tension, the surface tension is force per unit length, or F by 2L. तो force is F by 2L. अब आप यहाँ देखिए F by 2L होता है, और F by L it is equal to S. तो here length is what? What is the length? The surface tension force is S cos theta. No problem, S cos theta, because surface tension S is acting here, but its component S cos theta is acting in this direction. So S cos theta is acting over the length. and the length will be force will be F and the length will be 2 pi r. So this force will be F, it is equal to S cos theta into 2 pi r. This will be our equation 1 from this definition. This is the definition. You can see the definition. Now this is the force, and this force will act in upward direction. Here it is acting in upward direction, and the water which raised here, it will act in this direction, mg. So mg in downward direction and S cos theta 2 pi r upward direction. At equilibrium, mg, it is equal to S cos theta into 2 pi r. mg S cos theta into 2 pi r. अब mg को आप क्या लिख सकते हैं? mg means what? This height up to which water rises. mg, first of all, m mass upon volume, it is equal to density. So m will be volume into density. But what is the volume of this? इसका वॉल्यूम बताना है. तो mass will be, volume will be 4 by यानी this pi r square h. क्योंकि अगर हम यहाँ पर एक सिलेंडर बना लें, इस सिलेंडर की हाइट h, तो पाई r square h plus this is the height of the cylinder. Now we have taken the cylinder. अब उस सिलेंडर में अगर हाइट h तक जा रही है तो थोड़ा ध्यान दीजिएगा कि मेनिस्कस यहाँ तक है, and but water is here. So what is this water? Axis water, because if we take height will be up to the lowest point of this meniscus. The height, so this extra amount of the water is there. So what is the volume of that extra amount of water here? वो कितना होगा, उसको कैलकुलेट कैसे करते हैं वो देखते हैं. अगर आप यहाँ पर एक सिलेंडर बना लो, सिलेंडर जिसकी रेडियस भी r है और हाइट भी r है, तो व्हाट विल बी द वॉल्यूम ऑफ द सिलेंडर? The volume of that cylinder will be pi r cube. Actually pi r square into r minus ये जो यहाँ पे बना है, this is the hemisphere. So इसमें से minus 2 by 3 pi r cube, that you subtract. This will be the mass volume into density. So this is the volume actually, mass. This is volume and this is mass. Once again you see that the mass is equal to volume into density, and volume will be two volume actually. One is the volume of a cylinder of height h and radius r, plus we have to take this extra volume. So ये कितना हो जाएगा, एक सिलेंडर बना लीजिए यहाँ पर, और वो सिलेंडर की रेडियस is r and height is r. So if we make this cylinder here, so pi r square into r minus this is hemisphere. So hemisphere is 2 by 3 pi r cube. So if we subtract from this, actually it is pi r cube. So pi r cube minus 2 by 3 pi r cube. So that is here only. So mass will be pi r square h plus pi r cube minus 2 by 3 pi r cube into rho. So mass will be pi r square h plus pi r cube. So it will be pi r cube by 3 only into rho. And this is equation number 2. So if we equate equation 2, now we have to put this mass in this equation. So when we put mass here, because mg, the liquid which is inside the water column, acts in downward direction and the force due to surface tension is acting in the upward direction. So mg is this much. Actually mg is mass upon volume. So mass will be volume into density. The volume is, this is the volume of the water in liquid column multiplied with the density. So this is mass. So we have to put this mass in this equation. And when we put here in equation, you can say this is 2 and this is 3. So this we will put here. pi r square h plus pi r cube upon 3 into rho into g, it is equal to s cos theta into 2 pi r. 2 pi r मतलब वो सारा r same r, all the r's are same of radius small r, all the r of radius small r. Then you can take common here pi r square. So when we take pi r square common here, h plus r by 3 rho g, it is equal to s cos theta into 2 pi r. This pi will cut, one r will cut, pi will cut, and then what we will get, actually we will get here r into h plus r by 3 rho g, it is s cos theta into 2, and r by 3 is very small than h, so it will be neglected. So r h rho g, it is equal to s cos theta into 2. So the rise in height will become h equal to 2 cos theta upon r rho g. This is the rise of height in water column. Thank you.